Sharif Lawaru, Malcolm X Memorial Foundation. I wanted to update you today on a workshop that my wife and I went to. Dr. Carl Bell presented, and there were 7 principles on changing at-risk behavior and also cultivating the resiliency amongst youth, and I'm going to share those with you. So the first one will be rebuilding the village, so reweaving the social fabric, getting us connected as a community, and recreating a sense of unity and a sense of collective effort or collective impact that we have. The second one is providing access to ancient and modern technology to provide practical systems for application of knowledge. So how are we using things like mentoring or multifamily groups that are bringing together the things that we know so that we're sharing those with each other, and that we can kind of cultivate the resiliency of our youth as well as the community in general as far as improvements in wellness. The next thing is providing a sense of connectedness. This is number 3. So with connectedness, do we have a well thought out active or rites of passage that we have for our youth as they transition through the various stages of youth into adulthood? And there's a variety of different programs that are in place for this, but kind of picture a tier process, kind of like the black belt system in Japanese martial arts. Is there something that you kind of are graduating from one level to the next, able to celebrate accomplishments? The fourth one is providing opportunities to learn social and emotional skills, and this is something our youth really need. And this comes from everything from negotiation skills, the capacity to be able to understand how to remain calm in really difficult situations of crisis, parental skills and how we as parents parent our kids, but also developing youth that have parental skills that they'll utilize when they're adults, married, and having children of their own. And then refusal skills would be in that category as well. And there's some others that you should be aware of. The fifth one was providing opportunities to increase self-esteem, and that's a big deal. So giving our children a sense of power and self-efficacy, providing a sense of models to help our youth make sense of the world today, the world in which we live in, creating a sense of specialness and uniqueness as an individual or a group. This is important for kids to be able to connect in that level, and creating a sense of connectedness is also important, of course, and to encourage bonding. So then number 6 becomes providing an adult protective shield. And this is where we get a lot of adults around the kids so that they're making the best decisions possible. The communities that thrive the best are the ones where the ones that are teaching to them are not just their own parents, but also parents of other kids in the community, other neighbors, people maybe that didn't even have kids, but that you're getting parental supports and adult supports in all the environments that you may be in. And the ones that are willing to look at a kid and say, hey, you shouldn't be doing that, or way to go, good job for doing that, even though that's not your kid, those are the communities that are going to be successful. The 7th one is minimizing trauma and helping create a sense of safety for young people. Providing stress management skills is really important, as well as psychological first aid. What happens when somebody finds out that a youth is going something that's traumatic, and what do you do to kind of heal that? Well, if you don't understand what the damage is, it's hard to even begin the healing process. And if someone has a huge laceration or cut or stab wound, for example, you may not have the expertise to be able to completely fix that. But if you could do some first aid stuff, get to them right away, and at least put a hand on that wound and wrap it up and cut off the circulation away where it's not flowing out blood, you're already doing something that's going to be beneficial to the help can arrive, till they have the stronger supports, their family perhaps, or maybe a professional. And so these are the 7 areas that we learned about from this brother this morning, and you'll be hearing more about it as the Malcolm X Foundation implements this structure within what we do.